Welcome to your most reliable broadcast, Homo News Tonight, with your favorite host, fake ass Don Lemon, here to give you the latest on what's going on in the music industry. Let's get into it. Alright y'all, let's not waste any time. Let's talk about the first topic. Now who am I going? Megan, we'll talk about Megan. Megan Thee Stallion went on to Essence and she looked beautiful as hell, of course. I feel like all this white is giving me like angelic kind of tease, like walking in a winter wonderland. And speaking of winter wonderlands, is it just me? I know this is so random. Is it just me, or has time been passing really quickly? I feel like we're gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be Christmas, but okay. But Megan was on Essence. What I'm saying is she looked good. We're not surprised by that. But the thing that really stuck out to me in her interview was she said this. She said, I feel like my new album will be aggressive. I feel like this project is definitely something very well thought out. This project is me talking my shit, getting back comfortable with myself, getting back to the Megan that was on the come up. And as someone who's a Megan fan, this is very like exciting for me to hear her say that shit, because, and this is no shade at all, like I feel like recently her focus has been trying to get shit to be playing like on the radio and get shit for the GP, the general public, to get their lives, something cute and fun. And she made sure to have bars in there as well, but I just feel like it was made for specific purposes, and it's just, it is what it is. Like, obviously it worked and she's successful. What I'm saying is, I really want that aggressive ass, hardcore ass, you know, I'm on the come up ass Megan to show her face in this next project. Like, give me exactly what I desire, give me exactly what I need. Literally rip my hair out of my scalp, that's what I want. So in my head, I've always wanted her to explore like more sounds, different producers and shit like that, and just come with that aggression. So I just know she's gonna bring it. I know she's gonna bring it, and I'm happy to hear her say that shit on Essence, period. There were a couple of music videos that were released this week. We had Lizzo and Cardi B. Lizzo was doing Rumors, and I thought, you know, the main thing that really stuck out for me was, first of all, the way the song sounds, especially on the hook. It's just cute. I feel like it's catchy. It'll definitely give the girls, especially if she want her shit to be in commercials and shit, like, it's just gonna give the girls what they need. Like, I thought that shit was cute, but I like the entire music video. I love the visuals. I love the visuals of it. I love the themes of it. I love the fact that it was giving us the gospel truth. It was giving us like 5 muses, like, and all the gold. It was just pretty. I think they did the damn thing. Also, we had MJ come out with Something to Say, like her music video for Something to Say, and I loved all the colors for it. I loved the fact that she's such a dynamic performer. I mean, that's not surprising. We all knew that. We all could see what she's capable of, especially on Pose. And whenever she would post herself on social media, going to these functions and parties and events and voguing down, like, we already know that she's a really good performer. But to see her, I don't know, this casting was just done really well, especially if we're talking about this gentleman here, with the face tattoos and him looking at her in his car over his sunglasses. Miss Mamas knew exactly how she wanted her man to look. She knew exactly how she wanted him to embrace her, to hold her. And it was cute. My favorite part of that video and also the song was toward the end. It was just like a breakdown that they had, and Miss Mamas was hitting them fucking high notes. It was just cute. She was just service. She was giving you a performance, bitch. I really pretend like I have on a wig, ho. She was giving you, you know what I mean? She was giving you a performance. That's exactly what I love to see. Yeah, congratulations to her on that release. So Chloe finally gave us a little bit more information about what's going on with Have Mercy, that little snippet that she had released, and got everybody excited. She put this up on her social media and said, hey, guess what, girls? Have Mercy is coming this month, and that's all she said. I was like, okay, everyone else is like, if you don't release this goddamn date, Chloe, the girls need to know. The girls are waiting. The girls are excited. I love the cover art for this, by the way. It looks just so kind, prissy, just pink and all that shit. It looks so good. And there's something else she put on Twitter I thought it was really cute. She said she opened her breakfast on set and she got this. And she said someone was asking her when the fucking shit was coming out. Child, that's my energy too. Like, ma'am, let me pass you a note or something, or write on your styrofoam or stuff. Like, ma'am, I need to know when this shit is coming out because it sounds really goddamn good. So just be on the lookout sometime this month. We don't know when. That's it, girl. Hurry up! Chloe, hurry up. Hurry up! So I saw this headline, right? And I immediately questioned it. So I waited before I even said anything, and then another headline came out clarifying what actually happened, right? So this is what I saw. Jamie Spears agrees to step down as Britney's conservator. And I was just like that? Just that easy? And in my mind, I mean, just based off of what I see, what I've researched, what I know, what information is available to us as a public. Like, from my understanding, I feel like Jamie Spears is a fucking huge monster and he's fucking narcissist as fuck. So when I saw like, oh, Jamie just agrees to step down, and even Britney herself has said in some of the hearings, like when something happens, when you think it's good, almost alluding to it, this is not verbatim, but almost like, oh yeah, if they let me have certain freedoms, then I'm gonna pay in another way. So you see what I'm saying? So when this headline came out, oh, Jamie just said he's gonna step down, I was like, it can't be that easy. His narcissist ass, he has to make some type of spectacle of it. He has to, you know, drag the shit out of her in public. There's something else I feel like that's not being fully reported, and it turns out I was fucking right. So on Thursday, Spears' father filed in Los Angeles Superior Court his response to the singer's petition for his suspension, announcing his decision to step down. So he did say he was going to step down. He said that he would cooperate with the court on a transition, but did not give a timetable for his resignation. So he said, like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna step down, but girl, when? I'm not sure. His filing also stated that he needed to wrap up certain matters. He needed to take care of certain things before he could hand over the reins. His lawyer said there are in fact no actual grounds for suspending or removing Mr. Spears as a conservator of the estate, and it is highly debatable whether a change in conservator at this time would be in Mrs. Spears' best interest. But then Britney's lawyer clapped back and said, we are pleased that Mr. Spears and his lawyer have today conceded in a filing that he must be removed. We are disappointed, however, by their ongoing shameful and reprehensible attacks on Ms. Spears and others. We look forward to continuing our vigorous investigation into the conduct of Mr. Spears and others over the past 13 years while he reaped millions of dollars from his daughter's estate, and I look forward to taking Mr. Spears' sworn deposition in the near future. In the interim, rather than making false accusations and taking cheap shots at his own daughter, Mr. Spears should remain silent and step aside immediately. Remember that Britney also said, instead of trying to investigate my behavior or capacity, I want my dad investigated. This conservatorship is literally allowing my dad to rule my life, and that is abuse, and we all know it. So I feel like when you've had experiences with like a parent who is narcissist, or you've had like friends who are fucking insecure as hell and project everything onto you, Jamie Spears' behavior is not at all surprising. That's why, like I said, when I first saw the headline, I was like, are you serious? Is this man really just stepping down without like trying to, you know, manipulate the narrative, without trying to make his daughter seem like she crazy, without, you know, trying to harass her in public? And it turns out that's exactly what he was doing. I was like, oh, very predictable and not at all surprising. But I feel like this, as murky as it seems, like I feel like this is definitely a step in the right direction. It's like shaking things up, things that went completely unquestioned, things that it just went on like it was normal in this conservatorship. Like now these things are being questioned. Now his conduct is being called into question. Now they're talking about investigating him. So even though he's like fighting against this shit, I still feel like it's a strong step forward for Britney Spears. But yeah, this development is interesting. And like I said, when you're dealing with those kinds of people who they just live off of that type of oppressive control. They want to control everything. They want to control how people see you. They want to control all the narratives. They want to, they may even offer you something and make you think like you're in control of some shit, and then just snatch that hoe back immediately, because they're so empty and insecure and incomplete as a person that they don't get fulfillment off of like just living their own lives, but they have to step on other people to do so. So it just sucks that someone with that personality has this much power over someone else's, like over his daughter's life, and he doesn't, you just don't give a fuck about your daughter. Like you cannot do this to someone and give a fuck about them more than you give a fuck about your own like sense of power and control. Like, Hopefully we'll see more headlines where Britney is starting to just slice away at this control that this man has over her life. Also, like I said many times before, I think that one of the reasons why he's holding so hard onto this shit is because he knows the moment that they snatch that shit away from him, the conservatorship away from him, they're going to investigate his shit. They're going to get in that ass. And while he was busy trying to take away the freedom from his own goddamn daughter, his freedom is going to be at risk of being taken away from him. Okay, so I honestly don't know why I'm even talking about Summer Walker at this point. It's not even gonna take too long, sweetie. I'm just gonna show you what she said. She said, if you're vaccinated, please stay away from me. She put this on her Instagram. And it's just like, I wonder if anti-vax people think that that shit is like an insult or some shit. Like, oh, if you're vaccinated, if you're just stay the fuck away from, like, ma'am, that's exactly what I hope is gonna happen. I hope that we don't cross paths. Like, I hope that you stay away from anybody who is trying to give a fuck about their health. Like, yeah, I hope that, yeah, we're gonna stay away from your ass. Like, you thought that we were just, oh, is that supposed to be insulting or some shit? Now, the only thing that really concerns me, the only thing that really makes me sad, actually, is knowing that she has a whole entire child, like a young baby, like a child, and she's saying shit like this, and it's not the first time that she has said shit like this. Somebody go in there and check on that kid. Somebody go in there and check on that kid, check on that child, make sure that child okay. Like, we already seen she was about to feed that child tree bark and almonds and shit, like that baby, the infant. She was about to, you know, feed that kid wood chips and shit. Like, somebody go check on that kid. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. That's all I got to say on her ass. Now, we all know Batman and Robin, right? Batman is somebody who, instead of going to seek a therapist when he finally could, you know, somebody who's rich as hell, instead of like actively seeking ways to deal with his mental trauma, he decided to use his money to purchase fancy ass bat costumes and dress up in the middle of the night to go outside and punch people in the fucking face. Instead of using his coin to actually improve Gotham, he used it to pay Alfred, come up with batarangs and shit and blow shit up while actively allowing the Joker to escape Arkham every single time. So what he was doing was actually a bunch of nothing. And he decided that he didn't even want to do that shit by himself. He went and recruited young motherfucking boys. He recruited kids like fucking, what, Robin or some shit? Apparently they said that Robin is now a part of the Rainbow Mafia. And of course we had, you know, mixed reactions to that shit. But in my opinion, I'm just like, and I said this on Twitter, I'm just like, did you really think that Robin, who was over here in tights and spandex and all type of shit, giving leotard type of tease, you know, living with some old rich white man, you know what I mean? This twink, like, are y'all really surprised that he's a part of the fucking Rainbow Mafia? Are y'all really surprised? That's the least surprising thing to ever happen, like, in comics to me at all. Like, what are y'all talking about? People are like, oh my God, Robin, oh, now he's interested in some in peeing? Like, what? Of course, girl. What do you think he was doing in them tights? Like, y'all are so annoying. So this comes from Twitter. In the latest comic, Batman Urban Legends Volume 6, Tim Drake Robin realizes that he has romantic feelings for his male friend Bernard. However, Megan Fitzmartin, the writer, stated that there are no labels attached to his sexuality just yet, saying that Tim is still figuring himself out. The writer said, I wanted to pay tribute to the fact that sexuality is a journey. To be clear, his feelings for Stephanie, Stephanie have been /are 100% real, as are his feelings for Bernard. However, Tim is still figuring himself out. I don't think he has the language for it all yet. So yeah, if you're wondering why Robin was in the news, it's apparently because the gay agenda is in full force, or the bi agenda, maybe he's pan or bi or whatever. It's in full force, it's in full effect, and the girls are gonna be mad about it. Now this is kind of related, but not 100%. What If, the episodes for What If on Marvel just came out, Disney Plus, you already know. But this just reminded me of the big strap energy, the big pegging energy that Peggy Carter, they literally are calling her Peg Me Carter on fucking Twitter. I was like, I hollered when I seen that shit. They're calling her Peggy Carter. It reminds me, just this whole debacle reminds me of the big strap energy that Peggy Carter had in the latest episode of What If. Like, I got my entire life, and so did Steve. The entire episode, he was getting his entire life. I just know that anytime she came to visit his ass, he was face down, ass up. I know it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Really quick video for today. Make sure you enjoy your goddamn weekend. I feel like we deserve it. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression and check everything out. I love you so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening. Give me that. I need it. Give me that. I need it. Give me that. He said that.